So alright, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I play Halo 2 Project Cartographer under Linux. With that said, before we get started, I want to talk about the main issue with the previous video. Essentially, I made that video, then Lutris decided to abandon GE8. Essentially, GE8 was a 64-bit and 32-bit prefix that was separated. The newer method is a 32-bit prefix. I don't really want to use the word emulated here, but essentially you're running a emulated 32-bit prefix in a 64-bit one, and for the most part most games will run just fine like this. However, in the case of Halo 2 Project Cartographer, the game just won't load. So to get around this, you need to install a older version of Proton, in this specific case Proton 9-25, for the two separate libraries again to get this game up and running. So essentially we have two different paths we can take. If you want to follow my old video, follow that video beat for beat, and instead of using GE8, get a Proton manager. I'll link a link down below in the description, and you can install Proton 9-25. Essentially change GE8 to Proton 9-25 and that old video will work just fine. If for whatever reason you don't want to install more applications on your system and you just want something that has a Proton manager built in, I cannot recommend Faugus Launcher enough. So to save time on this video, we're just going to be using Faugus Launcher, which also has a Flatpak version, meaning if you follow along this should work under Linux distros as well as on the Steam Deck. So to get started, you want to copy and paste this Flatpak command into your terminal and hit enter. That will then install Faugus Launcher onto your system. Once you have Faugus Launcher, you want to open it up. It will take a minute to open the first time you launch it, and it should look something like this. From here, before we even think about adding our game into this launcher, you want to click on the little gear down here. This little gear will open up a settings tab, and from in here, you want to click on Proton Manager. It will take a minute to load for the first time, so just give it a second or two. Once you got that open, you want to scroll down in this list and download Proton 9-25. As far as I'm aware, this is one of the older versions of Proton that still have a 64-bit and 32-bit prefix as separate things. There may be more up-to-date versions of this that still do this. If there is, correct me and let me know down below in the comments, but for the time being, this is the one that works, so make sure you click on download. Once you have Proton 9-25 installed, you can close out of this window, then just click on OK. Now the next step is to add our game into, well, Faugus Launcher. To do that, you just click on the little plus here and this window should pop up. I'm just going to call this Halo 2 Tutorial. Now one weird quirk with Faugus Launcher is it tries to make a prefix in your home folder by default. I don't want my prefix to be here, but you might. It's pretty much a user preference thing. I like to keep my prefixes on a separate drive, so what I'm going to do is click on the little magnifying glass here and select a new location. Once you have your prefix location set, you want to then select the executable for Halo 2 Project Cartographer in the path section. Basically the same thing, just click on the little magnifying glass and select your executable. Keep in mind if you never installed the game and don't have a folder like this, you want to then select the setup executable instead and basically install Halo 2. Then once you have it installed, you want to then swap out the setup executable with this executable. But either way, I got my Halo 2 executable selected. I'm just going to click on open. And from here, we need to now set our Proton to use Proton 9-25. That is very important, so make sure that is selected. The next thing we need to do, and we're almost done actually, is we want to go over to the tools section and change the game arguments to -high-res fix. Once you have that typed in, you can click on OK. I like doing that first before going into the wine tricks menu because it makes the option here. Once you've hit OK, you can then right click the Halo 2 executable here. Or I should say menu item. But yeah, once you right clicked it, click on edit. Then you can go over to the tools section again and click on wine tricks. Now since it's making a prefix for the first time, this will take a minute or two to open, so just give it a moment and don't rush it. Now basically from here, if you've seen my last video on how to set up Winetricks with Lutris and get Halo 2 up and running, we're essentially going to be installing the same exact Winetricks packages again, as well as setting a skip intro in the config. But yeah, it looks like that is done, so from here we can just click on OK. And the next window should say our prefix name, in my particular case it does. And essentially, now I need to click on install a Windows DLL or a component. And down below in the description, I will leave a very detailed notepad for all the install instructions, as well as the specific Winetricks packages that you need to click on. And since I can't remember them all by memory, I'm just going to open up the little text document now, and essentially go one by one, selecting each one of these to install. So now that I got those all selected, all I should have to do is click on OK, and they should now begin to install. Now, just like with Lutris, you do not have to click on any of these pop-ups. Just sit and they should close out automatically. If none of them seem to be closing out automatically, then maybe check your internet or check the logs. Thankfully, Faugus Launcher here has a log menu that pops up by default, letting you know exactly what it is it's doing. Now that Winetricks is done installing those packages, I can just click on cancel to close out of this little pop-up, and then cancel again, and we should be pretty much good to go. I'm going to click on OK here to close out of this menu, and from here we can click on play. Now by default, I believe the game is going to crash on our first boot. It will create a zip folder, which we can delete later if you want, and then we should get the INI file that we need to edit. If this window pops up, that's an extra good sign that things are working, so we could just click on run. You can decide whether you want to uncheck that so you don't ever see that again. I like keeping that pop-up in place. It lets me know that things are still good. But yeah, right here is where the game should crash, and it is crashing, it looks like. Which is normal. The intro videos always fail. We can either delete these, or we can set the flag in the prefix that we just made to, well, skip the intro, and that's what we're gonna do. So in my particular case, I made the prefix folder in my games directory, and it should be located under drive C, then users, and in your particular case it should have your name. Then from here we want to go into app data, local, Microsoft, Halo 2, and as you can see, it made a config file. If you do not see this file, down below in the description is a file that you can download and basically copy and paste it into this same directory. Since my game made a INI file here, I'm just going to open this up in Kate real fast, and we're going to change the tag for skip intro to true. Oh, right here, skip intro, true. Then we're going to save that and close out of our prefix, and from here, when we click play, the game should just work fine. Now there are a few other settings we can tweak within that INI file if you wanted to, so I recommend you to take a moment or two to look around at it. But I'm just going to click run on this, and from here, most of every other setting that we need to tweak should be tweakable from within game. And if you're wondering about updating, the game should update just fine. From my experience, I've never had the Halo 2 Project Cartographer not update. Okay, so to save time, we're just going to set that to default. And sorry if the recording's getting a little weird right now, because it's currently at a really low resolution. So video display, I'm going to change this to my full resolution. Things should look a bit better. I like to keep VSync on. Basically everything in here is up to user preference. I like just maxing out my system because I know my system can handle it, so just make sure you set that up as you see fit. And yeah, that is it. Halo 2's up and running. We should be able to boot right into a game. If you run into any kind of lag your initial playthrough, it has to generally build up a cache, and pretty much after it's done doing that, things should just run smoothly every single time. From my personal experience here with Halo 2 running under Proton 9-25, things have been 99% great, There's the 1% chance in single player that I've ran into some palm trees not rendering the tops of the trees correctly, and there's been 1 or 2 moments where water, it was primarily out of bounds, so you wouldn't notice it, where the water was kind of black and not rendering right. Or it was fog, I don't quite remember, but for the most part, 99% of everything here works fine, even super bounces, the co-op split screen, controllers, everything works just as it did before under GE 8.26. Just make sure if you want to do super bounces to set up a game mode with OGH2 in the title, or else they won't work. Other than that, some final things to know. If you want to copy your maps over from the, let's say, the previous video before things broke, you could just copy your maps into your new prefix. It's under My Documents. Essentially just a folder back from app/data from what I remember. And from there, you can just copy and paste your maps into this folder and they should show up just fine within Halo 2. The next thing I recommend you to do is within the My Documents folder under Crash Reports, you should have a zip from the initial time we tried to start it with the intro not being skipped. It likes to generate these crash files. You can delete this if you want. It's not really needed no more. So just right click it, delete permanently, and everything's good to go. But yeah, I hope this video helped you out. I'm sorry if it was a little convoluted or if I went a little fast. Like I said, it's primarily just the same video from before again, just being sure to select Proton 9-25 instead. Like I said at the very start, if you'd rather use lutris, just get a Proton manager and install Proton 9-25 and select that. And that video should be pretty much good to go to follow as well. But yeah, for the time being, that was basically it for this video, and I'm going to leave it off here now. DTPK signing off. Peace. Snap fit. All you have to do is solder everything to the board, put the board in, put the wires in.